Hi everyone. I wanted to do a quick screencast to highlight some tips that might be helpful to you when you're watching your Learnscape for week 3 and for doing the quiz that is required. So assuming that you've already redeemed your access code and clicked on the link for the Learnscape for HSA 4222, you're going to click on Launch Open Enrollment Course because there is no course ID. And there is 2 Learnscapes for this course. The one that is required for week 3 is to move or not to move. So you click on that link and click here to launch. Click here to start lab access. And you'll be working your way through the Learnscape, watching it and responding. But what I wanted to point out was this toggle menu button that actually gives you access to the transcript. And so the transcript is actually the written transcript of the conversation that the student is having with different people throughout the Learnscape when they're working through some of the strategic planning issues that this Learnscape is about. So what I would suggest is to download the transcript and keep it on your desktop so that you can refer to it when you're doing the quiz. So I have mine downloaded here, and then I also sent out the quiz as a worksheet so that you could review the questions while you're watching the Learnscape, and then also when you're working through the transcript and preparing for the quiz, you can actually see what the questions are that you're looking for. And what I'm suggesting is that when you've got the transcript, you can use your Find button. For a Macintosh, it's Command F, where it leads me to this search field where it's going to search through whatever I key in here. It's going to search through the PDF. Some computers, it's Control F. If you don't know how to find your search field in a PDF document, just Google, how do I find the search field or the find field in a PDF document using a whatever type of computer you have, and it's easy typically to find. So when I'm looking at the quiz that I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to use my worksheet first to make sure I have all the answers and then submit the quiz in the Blackboard. There are some key terms here that are bolded and and underlined. So financial policy targets, for example, if I type this in, it's going to point out where in the transcript they're discussing about financial policy targets. So I'm going to read this conversation, and then I can go to next, and it's going to show me where again. So again, here the question is, what do key financial policy targets include? So if I'm reading through this, it says, things like debt policy, which is here, so I want to click on that. Return on equity here, so I'm going to click on that, and then you read through it. And then they're having a conversation, and then again, Cheryl says down here, actually you start with growth rate in assets, which is basically a projection of revenue. So a projection of revenue is required again, and growth rate in assets. So you would mark all of them as key financial targets. And see the next one, growth rate in assets. Okay, click key on that. Because some of these terms, financial terms, you're not familiar with, but it is really good experience for you to see what healthcare administrators go through with strategic plans as whether to move or not to move. They're looking on whether they want to move their hospital. So growth rate in assets. So the question is, what statements are accurate about growth rate in assets? So then you'll want to read this whole conversation. Projection of revenue, obviously. What services or product lines you're going to be providing over the period of time. How much do you need to provide this level of service? So read this, and it's going to help you work through this worksheet. And then once you get your worksheet completed, you can go into the link of week 3 quiz and click on it, and then just go ahead and do the quiz, and that's what will be submitted in Blackboard and for your grade. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the Learnscape.